Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So on today's episode I'm going to be showing you how to make Zimbabwean style fresh cream donuts. First, you're going to have 4 cups of plain flour. You're going to add half a teaspoon of salt. You're going to also add 3 teaspoons of yeast. Just mix it a little bit, and then you're going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar. Mix all the dry ingredients together. You're going to break your 2 large eggs in a bowl. You're going to mix them up together, and then you're going to pour those eggs into your dry ingredients. And then you're going to add your 50 grams of melted butter, 1 cup of warm milk, and then you're going to mix it and stir it up together. So just mix it and make sure that you're mixing all the flour in and it's not left cakey, like dry. Just keep mixing until you've got a good consistency. Flour your counter because you're going to use this to knead your dough. So take your dough out of the bowl and put it on the counter and start kneading. You knead the dough until it becomes soft and a bit dry, so it shouldn't be sticky on your fingers. If you need to add more flour, add some more flour. Keep kneading until you get a soft consistency. Once you get the soft consistency and the dough is not sticky in your hands, just oil up your bowl and put your dough back into the bowl. Cover it up with a bit of cling film and leave the dough to expand until it's double the size. I forgot to buy some icing sugar at the shop, so I'm just going to take the caster sugar and make some icing sugar. I'm going to measure a 1/4 cup of caster sugar, put it into my blender and just blend it down till it's dust. This is because the icing sugar will dissolve much quicker when you put it in the cream to make the cream for the donuts. Once the sugar turns to icing sugar, just pour it back into the cup and then check on your dough. Once it's doubled in size, just press it down to take the air out. Flour your surface again and then take your dough out and knead it again. Just knead for a few more minutes. Once the texture is nice and soft, just cut your dough in half. After cutting in half, cut both the pieces in half again, and then divide those pieces again in half. So you will end up with 6 pieces of dough. You can make it smaller if you want to make it smaller. This is how I wanted to make it. I wanted to make them a bit thick. So just roll out the dough into a donut shape. If you need to use the counter to roll it out, use the counter. After that, I take a plate and then I put some cooking oil on it because I want to put the dough again on the plate and leave it for half an hour. So I put the cooking oil just to make sure that it doesn't stick on the plate. I've put all the dough pieces on the plate. I realized that the plate was too small. So I moved all the dough onto a large tray, put it on there, and then I covered it up for half an hour. Warm up your oil. Once your cooking oil is warm, place your dough gently into the cooking oil to fry. Turning it as often as you can so that it doesn't burn out. So you can see the first batch that I made was a bit too brown. So with the second batch, I tried not to overcook it, just cooked it a little bit. Just keep turning so it cooks evenly on both sides. Once all the donuts were cooked, I placed the donuts on the tray, and I didn't have parchment paper, so I used paper towel just to soak out the oil that's left in the donuts. And at this stage, I actually forgot to put the sugar on the donuts, so don't forget to put the sugar on the donuts. I then started making my cream, so I added 300 ml of double cream. I put my caster sugar into the bowl. I put vanilla essence just to give a little bit of flavor, and I started whisking. Just measure it out and taste it out to see how sweet you want it to be. So when you whisk your cream, make sure you don't over whisk it, because if you over whisk it, it will curdle. So I don't have piping equipment, so I just took a freezer bag and I put my cream in the freezer bag, and I'm gonna use that to pipe my donuts. I cut my donuts open. At this point, that's when I realized that I forgot to put the sugar on the donuts as they were cooling down. So I just immediately poured some sugar on them and rubbed it into the donuts. So I cut a corner on my bag and started piping my donuts. Don't mind the way I'm doing it. It's a bit messy and ugly, but I'm assuring you that it's gonna taste amazing. I'm not really good at piping, so I'm probably gonna learn that in the next few couple of tries, but just pipe your donuts, and you can add a little bit of jam like I did, just to give a bit of different flavor. Guys, don't mind the ugly looking shape of the donuts, but these donuts tasted amazing. So have a go at making some and let me know how that comes out. So thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button, leave a comment, like and share the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.